Okay, so here's the bumblebee houses that we made a little while back. It's almost springtime here, so I'm ready to put these out in the yard and hopefully attract some queens to nest in them. So I haven't screwed the tops of these on yet. I did spend some time to kind of seal up the edges. I put some caulking in there. I kind of glued up some of these cracks that got in there from when I screwed them together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill one of these with nesting material from my daughter's gerbil cage. I'm going to fill the other one with some other soft stuff we find around the yard. Mostly I'm going to use some of my dog's hair and some cattails, or like the fluff that comes off of the cattails. So I'm going to load those up. I'm going to screw the lids on, and I'm going to find a good spot in my yard to put them before it gets to be bee season here in northern Utah. So in nature, bumblebees nest in abandoned rodent burrows. My idea here is that maybe they are attracted to the smell of some of this nesting material. So these are my daughter's gerbils. They like to bury their food, as you can see here, and they make these kind of big nest bundles. There they are. So mixed in here, we have, paper, we have sawdust, we have gerbil poop. So I'm just gonna kind of take a handful of this. Try not to make a mess in my house. Just gonna put it in this bumblebee nest. Let me push it down a little bit. I don't want to close up the entrance there. So I kind of filled it in. This should help to kind of control the moisture from the bumblebees. Also, I do have those ventilation holes in the side there. That'll help with that. So kind of filled the bottom there. Left room for the entrance. Then the bumblebees can kind of come in there and make their nest. So now I'll just screw the lid on and put it in the yard. So for this other nest box, I'm going to use this fluff from cattails. So my daughter and son collected this. They kind of broke apart the cattails to make this nice fluffy bed. I don't know what they're going to use it for, but they said I could use some of their collection for my nest box. So again, I'm just going to put it in there. Wow, that's really messy. Put it in the bottom there. I got a little bit of hair from my dog's brush. Maybe it'll make it smell animal-y. I don't know. We don't really know what attracts bumblebees to these boxes. And again, if you saw the other video when I showed you how to make these boxes, there's not a very high success rate for nesting. It's only about 2 to 10% of the nest boxes that scientists have put out get bumblebees nesting in them. So anyway, I'm hoping that I'll at least get one of these to get occupied this spring. So I've pre-drilled a few holes here. Now I'm just going to screw it on. So this one split a little bit when I screwed it in, so I threw some wood glue in there. I'm going to clamp it together for a little while. But basically, we are done. This one has a big front porch. This one has a smaller front porch. Can't wait to see if I can get something to nest in them. So out in my front yard, you can see I have a couple crocuses starting to bloom. I was thinking of a spot back here, right in the corner, kind of the corner of my house. I've seen a lot of bumblebees flying around up here, and there's a lot of bumblebee-friendly plants. And so this is where I'm putting my first nest box. The second nest box I'm putting out in the backyard. It borders on the golf course behind my yard. My garden boxes are back here, and I've seen bumblebees looking for nest sites here before. So I'm hoping this will be a good spot for it.
Room screech.
Sitting in the sun on a warm day, a picnic in the park is the only way. I like the zebras and laundry shoes, so lollipops and my little red foot. I love life, it's so great.